So now partial derivative. So partial derivative, we have a function with a few variables. For example, we have x and y in one equation. So what we will have, this second derivative with x with respect to x, which is we differentiate with respect to x 2 times. Here we differentiate with respect to y 2 times when we have y squared. And then for d square f dx dy, meaning first we need to differentiate dy first, and then after we differentiate with respect to dy, so later we differentiate with respect to dx. So here is first we need to differentiate with respect to x, and then y we differentiate with respect to y. Okay, for example here, first if we have derivative this derivative, so first we need to find partial derivative for x and then y, and then second derivative for x, second derivative for y, and then second derivative for sy, and second derivative for y and x. So here we will have first derivative we did differentiate with respect to x. So here what we'll have, if we have y, here y will be our constant. So what we'll have here, d f dx, okay, df dx equals to 3 maintained because of constant. So we differentiate x here, 2x and y constant. Okay, so we have differentiate this x squared to be x. So here we differentiate x only, x. So we need to maintain 2y squared. So differentiate x, we will get 1 plus here 1 y cube. Alright, and then we simplify, we have 6xy plus 2y squared plus y cube. Then if we need to differentiate with respect to y, so x will be constant. So what we will have here, we will have df dy equals to, so y, differentiate y, the rest is constant, just copy, differentiate y, we will get 1. We will get 1. We will get 1. We will get 1. So plus, okay, differentiate y square, we will get, okay, first we copy the constant, and differentiate 2y square. And plus, okay, x we copy, and we differentiate y cube, we will get 3y square. Remember, our function, if we have fx equal to xn, so f prime x equals to xn minus 1. Okay. Then here we simplify, we will get 3x squared plus 4xy plus 3xy squared. Okay, look at this. Later, if we need to find 2 times, so here is second order of differentiation. So we need to differentiate x. So we take the first function here, and then we differentiate one more time with respect to x. With respect to x, meaning df dx square, we will get, okay, we will get 6y is our constant, so we get 1 plus, so this is a constant, so we get 0 plus 0. So simplify, we get 6y. If we differentiate df dy square, meaning we need to take this, differentiate with respect to y. So this, no y here, so this will be a constant. So differentiate constant, we will get 0 plus, okay, this is constant and y, so we have 4x. And then here we will have plus 3x, we copy, and 2y. And then we simplify, we get 4x plus 6xy. Okay? You can see here. Here is, we differentiate with respect to y first, and then we differentiate with respect to x, we will get this. This example also the same thing happened. So you can see and try yourself. You see the step, and then you close the step, and then you try again for your own understanding. Okay. Then here also we have a exercise, but here we have 3 variables, which is they said that assume that as a constant. Okay. Even actually the question we also can get differentiate with respect to z. So what happened? Differentiate with respect to z for the second order, second time, what happened? So that is the process. Okay. So here, first say for the second order here, once we need to differentiate with respect to y, first y. Because here we have two functions. We have it's like fx here and gx. So what will happen here? That's why we need to apply. If we have fx equals to uv, so f prime x, we will have uv prime plus u prime v, right? So because here we have another function, and then inside the sign we have another function. Okay. This also happen here. We have this function, and then another one this function, e function. And then we can put u equals to 3y squared z cube, and then v equals to e x y squared z cube. Okay. So you need to identify this, and then they simplify, they get this answer. Okay, for now, do you have any question? Do you have any question?
No.
No, easy
Yep.
and simple. Okay, here, the small increment and rate of change. Small increment, meaning here we have the sign will be delta. For partial derivative, we have d. For full derivative, we have d. For this delta change, rate of change, so this we also can find in this term, in this symbol. This symbol also meaning a change, as a small change on the function. Okay. So what is here is they have a dt here, dt inside of once we discuss on the rates. So we involve the time. Okay. So first example here, if we have a cylinder with R equals to 5 cm. The R equals 5 cm, we have this information, and then H equals to 10 cm. So what is cylinder? So we need to imagine that the cylinder will be like this. Okay? The cylinder will be like this. Okay? So determine the small increment of its volume. Okay, volume. Meaning volume, what is the volume of the cylinder? So you take the book, you find the last chapter, previous chapter, we have a formula. So the formula state that for volume of, okay, 110, in page 110 for volume, we have pi RH, pi r square h. So we need to note this volume when r increasing to 0.2 and h decreasing to 0.1. So here we have the volume pi r square h, and small increment we have d. First of all, we need to differentiate with respect to r and then differentiate with respect to h. So that we can find the rate of change. Since the volume depends on r and h. If we change r, the volume is changed. If we change h, also the volume will change. So what we have, this formula is important. So first of all, we need to find dv dr. dv dr meaning pi h is a constant. So we copy pi and h. So we have only differentiate r square. R square we have 2r. Okay. For differentiate with respect to h, what we'll have dv dh. We differentiate with respect to h. So the rest will be, we just copy, and we differentiate h, we get 1. Right? So and then here we just put the change, the rate of change here. We just put the rate of change here. So because of the, actually, no. Okay. We just put the rate of change here in the formula. And then what we'll have, we will have this function, but in terms of pi. Actually we can make this if we change pi to 22/7. Pi is equal to 22/7, right? But you can just leave this like this. Is enough to know that it's a 22/7. Right. So next, there is another example. Also involve a cylinder with radius r and height 2, and then the volume of the cylinder decrease with this rate. And then what is the rate the radius must change such that the height is a constant. So meaning here, once height is a constant, meaning this give us the information about d, v, dr. We just involve dv, dr. Okay. So we get this information: r equals to 1 cm, h equals to 2 cm. So and then the volume of cylinder decreasing with this 0.3 cubic per second at the rate of change. Meaning here we have cm cube is a v and over s is a second, meaning this represent as a dv dt, and then we put negative here. Okay, negative because of decreasing. So they implement the negative notation here, and then dh dt we have 0, but dr dt we do not have the information. So what should we have? We have this information, and we know that dv dt equals to dv dr over dt, dv dh over dt. So what we'll have? We will have this formula, and then we need to find first with respect to h up, and then with respect to h, and then put them into the formula, and then we simplify dr dt. We make it as a subject, and then we get this rate. So we get the radius of the rate for radius is this 0.0323 cm per second. Okay. Here involving you need to understand the problem and then find out the information and then try to solve them. This also here we need to define find the keyword cylinder, increasing or decreasing. Is increasing is positive. Okay. Right. So you can try here. If you have problem, just ask me. Okay, so now we have implicit function, which is if we have dz dx, dz dy, so we will get dy over dx. So what this means? This means better to look the example. Okay, if we have this function, okay. Find dy dx. So what should we have? We need to find, okay, z equals to this. So we find dz with respect to x. So this function we have x, so we differentiate this 2x. Then the function y will be a constant. We differentiate x, we get 1 here, and then simplify, we get this. For dz dy, we will have 2x plus 3y squared. So with respect to y, here we get 0, here we get 2x, and then here we get 3y squared. So here said that to find dy dx, we just put in this formula, negative dz dx over dz dy. So this answer, just put in this formula. So that is our final answer, right? Okay, next. There is another example. Okay, there is another example. Suppose that when the wall equation for the specific gap suppose that when the wall equation for the specific gas is this, and then V is a volume of the gas, P is a pressure. Use implicit differentiation to find derivative of dV dP at 0.51. So first of all, we define this function as a z, and then we need to find dz dp. Dz dp we will get if dz dp, this equation we differentiate with respect to p, so we get this equation, and then this equation we differentiate with respect to v, we get this, and then what should we have? We apply the formula. So dv dp, what we will have, dv dp we will have from this dz over dp over dz over dq. So we just put the answer and then simplify. This is the simplified form, so you can simplify it more, but you just can leave here because the question only asks us to put a point. So this is the point 4, 5, and 1. What is 5? 5 is usually x and y. 5 if P. First is P. V is 1. Okay? V is 1. V is 1. So you simplify, you get this. Right. This here we can you can try. So why not you try now for this equation. Exercise 5.3 as your attendance today. Okay? Try to solve this while we may take 5 or 10 minutes. We take 5 for 5 minutes and then 5 minutes to solve this. So we meet at on 5, right? So try to submit at Google Form. Please submit at Google Form. I will create at your Google Classroom. Sorry, at your Google Classroom. Okay? You okay? Are you there? Ada tak? Ada orang tak ni?
Ada.
Cuba try ni. Saya create dekat Google Classroom dulu. Masya Allah. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, next. Hello. Hi, hello. Ada orang ke?
Ada.
Ada. Okay, so next is the chain rules. Chain rules by involving the partial derivative. So it's similar. It just as similar. If before we need to just put on one function. But here we have a two function with the chain rule x and y. Because in Z we have x and y function. Okay? Because here we have a two variable inside one equation. In one equation we have two variable. So that's why we need to have this in this form. Okay. For example here, if we have that e x y where x equals to 3 u to the power of 2 and then y equals to 2u plus v cubed. So first find dz du. Dz du is here and here. So what should we have? We have here, we know that in x we have u, in y we also have u. So what should we do? We should apply this formula. Okay? Dz du equals to this. Because of this is n, meaning we need to make the operation both operation complete. If we not do it these two operation, so there is only we not consider everything. If we put all together this dz with respect to differentiate with respect to u and then dz with respect to dv, so this is complete to differentiate the partial derivative for z. So what we have first here we have dz dx. We differentiate dz to the dx and then dx du, and then dz dy, then dy du. So dz dx, okay, dz dx here. So dz dx dx. So we have z equals to e x y. So differentiate this function x, so we get 1, and then we just copy for the 1. Okay, remember? Or you did not get the idea? Do you get the idea here? Do you get the idea? You need to open the table, differentiation table for ex. Okay, differentiation table for y equals to e k x. So what we have, if we differentiate y, we have k e and then copy back k x. So this is our formula. Just apply this formula, we get y because y is a constant here. And then we just copy back the function x, y, and then dx du. So x, we have x equals to 3u squared. So dx du, so 3, 2u, 2 minus 1. So we get 6u, right? So we get 6u. And plus dz dy. Dz dy, x is a constant, so we apply this formula. What we'll have, x e x y. And then dy du. So we have dy over du. So dy du, so we have 2 plus v cube. We have no u here, so there is a 0. So that's why we get 2. And then we simplify, we factor out. The same element is exy. So we get this. And then for dz dv is in this form. So what we get is dz dx dv, and then dz dy dv. So dz dx same thing here. So we get y e x squared, and then dz dv dx, okay, sorry, dx dv. Here, dv, where is v? We have 0v, 0v. So 0v, we get 0. No v there, so that is 0. So z, dz dy, the same thing. Here we differentiate with respect to y, and then we find dy, dv. So here no v here, so it's 0 plus 3 v cube, 3 v, 3 minus 1. So what we get? We get 3v squared. Okay, and then simplify, we factor out the same element. Actually, there is no need to simplify because everything times to 0, we get 0 element. So we get only this term. Just rearrange it. It's more better to see this equation. Okay, so now substitute x, y into u and v. Substitute u into v. dz du. So what is u? So here we have so now here we need to differentiate this z in terms of dz du. So now the thing is, okay, if we have a function, okay, what's function? Y x. Okay, so what we'll have, we should have a x term. Okay, if we have y z, we will get z terms. So now here, for example, y x equals to x plus 2x squared, for example. This is why we said this. So dy dx will be, we differentiate this, only have this term, here x. So now here we have dz du, and in u we do not have x. So meaning we need to substitute here. Here we get, this is u and then y. So we need to change this and change x into u and v function. So x equals to y equals to this. So that's why we put this because of this. And then 2x is 3u square. So just put x here and then plus 2, 6u. Actually, there is here. Okay, they take because they already separate e here. So we consider this line. So now x is 3u squared, right? And then we have x again. X again, we have 3u squared. And then y 2u plus b cubed. Okay, and then we have 2. So 2 times 3, we get 6. And then u squared, and then we have e, and then simplify this. It is a similarity, just arrange them back. Once we have this term, normal x and normal y, and then we simplify again, so that is more, this equation is more nice to see. Alright, for this case, so we have x and y also, so we have 3. What is x? X is 3u squared. V, D is u, D is v, and then e, x, 3u squared, y, bracket 2u plus v cube. Okay, that's why I get this. Right? And next, there's another example. This is more to application in the situation. So what we have, given that the height is h, and then we have the h function with x squared plus 1 over x squared plus 2y to the power 4 plus 1. So this function is a horizontal coordinate of x, y, and my position in the function of time t is more than 1. Okay, for x we have this. For y we have this. So it's a my rate of change of height, a function of t. So what is the position when the height of hill is a maximum? So actually, once we differentiate, we will get the maximum point when this condition. Maximum point when dh dt equals to 0. Okay. Once we differentiate the function and then the function gives a 0, there is a maximum point of the function. So first of all, what should we have? Okay, we know that once they ask for the minimum, so dh dt will be 0 condition. There is the extra knowledge that you need to know. You really need to know and remember. Okay, that is the most important part to solve this problem. And then the second one is this formula. This formula is arrangement from this formula, chain rules. Okay. So what we'll have, we will have dH dt. And how to get dH dt? First, we need, in H we have x and y. First, we need to differentiate with respect to x, and then we need to differentiate H with respect to y. So we find each of these function. So how to differentiate this? dH dx, dH dx. Okay, dH dx, what we'll have, we have this function. So what should we do? What should we do? If we have a function f, x equals to 1 over u, and u function. So what you have, to find the derivative, we will have negative, d is equals to u x negative 1. So you need to find negative u prime x, u prime over u square. That is will be our function. Meaning here, if we have, let's say, let u equals to x squared plus 2y to the power 4 plus 1. So du dx, we will have 2x plus, is 0, is 0. So plus 0. So du over dy, so we get 8y to power 3. Okay. So what we get, to find this, so what happened? So here, what happened to this function? This function will be h 1 over u, which is equals to u negative 1. So first of all, to find h, differentiate h with respect to x. So what should you have is, you will have negative 1 u negative 1 minus 1, and then u prime. This is u prime. This is also a u prime, but here is respect to y, this respect to x. So simplify this, what we get, negative u prime over u square. Okay. So you get negative u prime, u negative 2. Negative 1 plus negative 1. So you get negative 2. Hutang RM1. You hutang lagi RM1. Jadi hutang ni bertambah RM2. Right. And then, okay, that's why here, here we differentiate h. Okay, this h with respect to x. So we need to give this formula. So u prime is 2x. So negative 2x over u square. What is u? U is this. This everything here. That is u. Also happen to differentiate h with respect to y. So u is this. So we get 8y cubed because of du over dy. So that is the formula. And then now what is this? And then we have dx dt. Okay, so now we have another function in the equation. We have x equals to 1 plus t to the power of 2 and y equals to 1 minus t. So we find it when we differentiate x with respect to t. What will happen is we have 1 over 2 minus 1, we get negative 1 over 2. So and then u prime here. Okay, something like this. X equals to 1 plus t 1 over 2. Okay, right? So u equals to 1 plus t. So u prime equals to 1. So if you want to differentiate x here, actually what you will have, x equals to u 1 over 2. So x prime equals to 1 over 2, u negative 1 over 2, and then u prime, you should have u prime here. So because of this, they give a 1, so there is no effect. But for this, so we just have in this term. But for this y with respect to t, we get negative 1 plus this negative t, right? And then since we have this, okay, now dH dt. So now here dH dt is equals to this. So we put everything here, everything function here, this function, and this function into this equation. Okay, everything. So what we get this. And then here is t, we have t. So this function should only have a t term. So now we have x equals to 1 plus t 1 over 2. 1 plus t 1 over 2. And y equals to 1 minus t. So we put everything x here, 1 plus t 1 over 2 and y equals to 1 minus 2. So y is 1 minus 2. So what we get this. Okay? We get in this term. Here they simplify first, but so more easier to put this function to this. So we get this. So now we remember that the question is we need to find the maximum position point. Maximum position point here. So once we get the function, so we make it as equals to 0. So equals to 0, so then equals to 0 here. And then here we move to the left hand side. So everything times 0 is 0. So we just left with this term. So we get the time t equals to 1 over 2. So the position t equals to 1 over 2. There is a maximum point. What is my position when h of here is a maximum? That's my position at maximum at t equals to 1 over 2. So what is the coordinate of x and y? So we put everything back into the x equation. So here 1 plus t 1 over 2. There is and then y equals to 1 minus t. So the position is x, y equals to square root 3 over 2 and 1 over 2. This is our final answer. Right? Boleh tak boleh? Boleh? Mudah ke senang? Itu saya seorang bercakap ni. Tak faham? Tak faham?
Faham Puan. Puan yang tadi kan, Puan bagi yang untuk attendance tu tanda tanya sikit boleh apa? Yang tu 5.3 tu nombor 1 je kan?
Satu je.
Okey. Yang tu pun susah sikit lah.
Kau tengah berfikir tu ke?
Tapi boleh buat lah.
Boleh. Okay. Ada lagi? Bunyi apa tadi? Okay, tak ada bunyi apa-apa ni. Alright. Okay, next. Masa penat? Tak pun. Balik original je. Okay, next. Jacobian function. Okay, Jacobian function. Okay, we have this. We have a few function. Okay, we have a few function with a few variable. With n variable. So what we have here, we make it in a Jacobian system of equation. It's more like matrices, right? So here, this is for the first function, second function, until n function. And then for f, we have a few function. And then in that function, we have a n variable. So for every variable, we need to differentiate with respect to that variable. This is S1, S2, S3, until Sn. So, okay, we can make first S1, until, but Sn is the last row here, or we can make Sn. First row, we get first row until Sn, but for Fn will be the last row. Okay? Alright, so the next is, okay, given that u equals to ex, okay, given that u equals to ex cos y, and then v equals to this function, and then determine the Jacobian of the function. So now we have how many functions? We have two variable, meaning there is s1, there is s2. So only two variable. Okay, for example, if I define as x1 is equals to x, x2 is equals to y. So that's why it's going to be like this, because it is S1, it is S, S2 lah. But here there have two function, and two variable. So we have like this. And then once we get this, we differentiate this with respect to x, here with respect to x, here with respect to y, and then for v, with respect to x and y, and then we get the answer, and then we find the determinant. That is the Jacobian function. So that is the answer if you need to find the Jacobian for the system of equation of this function. Okay. More advanced? No more advanced. Just two. You did only two variable. Just if three variable is quite difficult because we need to find. We have a 3 row and 3 column. So in this exercise, we get this exercise only also a 2 variable, 2 by 2 variable, two variable and 2 function. It's also the same here. Okay. I just follow this exercise to obtain this following answer. Okay, inverse function for partial derivative. So inverse function we will get from this formula. So we have dx du. So dv dy over j. What is j? J is determinant of the function. Okay, here is determinant. J is a determinant. But here we call it a Jacobian. definitely the Jacobian, but in matrices we call it as a determinant. So here we find they will expect to get the Jacobian. So here to get inverse, we need to use this function. Okay. So next, this formula. So next, okay, if we have this, and then we need to find everything of this, and then find the inverse. The inverse, you know the inverse? If we have A, if A inverse, we will get 1 identity. So that is why they need the inverse. Okay, because we need these properties to explore more things in the, maybe to solve another problem also, and so on. Right, so they need to find this. Actually, the question will be more specific lah. They will direct to find inverse Jacobian. They will state that, right? So just find the derivative of each of these variables, and then you put into the equation. So that is the inverse for each element. Okay, so now there is another example, and then once they get this, there is J. Once they get J, here we just refer. Example is refer 8.5 J to find J. So J they do not write here, but here they write it back, they calculate, and then they find the inverse of this function once they know the J and they know this information. Okay. So the question here, find dz du. Find dz du. So dz du is able to, we will get if we find by using chain rules, by using this formula. So that's why everything in the formula, everything that we differentiate with respect to ux, y, and u, then we put here and simplify. We will get dz du, and then another part is dz dv. The same formula. It's just more. It's a lot of work here because it's more. That's why we call it as a calculus. Okay. Also, the similar thing you can try in your home. Okay. Okay. So that Hessian function. Okay. Hessian function. The different here. The Hessian function is, if you can see here, there is a. A minute. Okay. This is square here. Second order. Second derivative. In the Jacobian, we have a first order. Only one time derivative. Second derivative. Hessian is a second derivative, involving the second derivative by the same method with Jacobian. Right. So the thing is here, if we get this, so we get this thing. Okay. For H. So it is more complicated because we involve x, y, and y, dy, dx, which is these two will be equal, independent. Alright. We can see here. Okay, first of all, we square everything here is square until n, and then second, we take the second variable with the x1 until the xn. But here we get 3 until n, and then here is until n. The difference is here, the second derivative. Okay. Okay. Agak pergi keluar sekejap. Okay. So, sorry, instruction. Okay, so H will be in this form. To get H. Okay. This is for second derivative with two variable. Okay. Alright. This is the example. Okay. Right. And then kita ada function x equals to 2e 2t 3t plus t squared minus t plus 2 and y equals to 5t 3t plus 3t minus 1. Okay, and then to find dx, dz, d, t at t equals to 0. So dx dt we have 6 t 3t plus 2t minus 1 dy dt equals to 15 3t plus 3. Okay, so dz dt equals to dz dt equals to d, saya salah ni, partial, bukan d, partial, d partial. Okay, so dz dx times dx du, u is d lah, u here is d, so plus dz dy, no d this partial, okay. dy dt. So ini adalah apa ni? This is a partial derivative f with respect to x and y. So dz is equals to dz dx. D is equals to dz over dy. Okay. So masukkan sini. So dz dx 7 when x and xy equals to 4, 7. Okay. So now masukkan dulu. Okay, masukkan dulu. So it's 7 times dx dt 6e 3t plus 2t minus 1 plus 9 dy dt 15 e 3t plus 3. So simplify 42. Simplify 6 times 7. 6 times 7. 35, 42 lah. 42 e 3t plus 14 e.
Menurut saya isi pilihan. Ini hanya sebenarnya penting senang hasil dia menulis pilihan aku saya kata. Ini kan cuma berdoa.
Okay, jangan boleh tahu. So 135 tambah 42 7 1 tambah 4 mesti tambah 27 ya. 20 tambah 20. Okay, tambah 20. Okay, so now dia kata at t equals to 0. When t equals to 0, so 177 e0 plus 14 0 plus 20. So 177 plus 20. So 7, 8, 9. 1, 9, 7. Okay. This is times 1. E0, e to the power 0 equals to 1. Okay. Udah?
Madam, kalau soalan tak bagi dz dx, dia bagi macam ni. So fx tu dia jadi dz dx lah.
Ini sebab dekat sini dia tulis fx and fy partial derivative of f. Dia dah tulis kat situ. Dia dah tulis kat sini. 1/3. Sini dia dah tulis fx and fy partial derivative of f with respect to x and y is respectively. Respectively ni maksud dia kalau kita ada dua these two term and then dia akan these two term consequence this two term and then dia kata respect to x and y respectively, meaning dia differentiate with respect to x for this and then y for this sequence. Kalau dia ada tiga, contoh dia ada tiga, sini Okay, contoh kalau dia ada 3, dia kata f x 7, f y 9, and then dia kata f n and f z equals to f z equals to 3 for example. So then dia kata f x, f y and f z are partial derivative with respect to x, y and z respectively. Bermaksud dia for each term ni, for this term is respect to x, and for this term with respect to y, and then z is with respect to z. So itu maksud respectively dalam matematik. Okay. Boleh?